What is up, y'all? This is Rainbow Fire, the unicorn. This is the last unicorn. Before I talk about this cruise ship incident that's been going around, I wanted to talk about this real quick. Let me know in the comments what you think I should do about this. So there's this app called Bark. I think it's BARQ, Bark. And I heard that. Do you know if it's a good one to meet friends and find people that are interested in the things you are into? Let me know in the comments, because I'm just trying to find friends in this fandom, in this community. So let me know in the comments about Bark. See if it's any good. I think it's like Tinder, but I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you think I should join Bark, just to find friends and someone that I'd be alone in this fandom. Anyway, so you may have known there's this. Let's go on this topic. So you may have known there's this cruise ship that's been sitting out in the ocean. Now the updates they've been bringing, they actually brought the cruise ship in. I think it's called the SS Columbia. I think that's what it's called, SS Columbia. Because I've been watching news about people breaking out on the cruise ship. And they said there was a big virus that spread on the cruise ship. One of these idiots recorded a video. I mean, I'm not calling him an idiot, but, he's trying to spread the word. Starting to say that we're all stuck on this cruise ship. We're human beings. We're not just a news story. We're just humans like you. And seeing that video was kind of sad because, number one, I mean, he's right. But people are blowing this up as a big news story. And people are freaking out that this might be the next pandemic. Now listen, I'm not no doctor, I'm not no doctor, and I don't have a degree in any of that crap, medical and all, but I do know that cruise ship virus, it was spread by rats. Basically what it was, if rats leave droppings, and if you inhale that stuff, there's no cure to it. Now, does it spread? I don't know. You got to do your research on that. I'm not the one that's going to talk about that part. But what I am going to talk about is about everyone freaking out, thinking this is going to be the next pandemic. Yeah. That's what I want to talk about. Because we're already living in a normal life right now. And you got to think, I'm not going to say the word because I don't know if YouTube will push this out. But the last pandemic we had, it ruined everyone. I mean, it ruined everybody. It ruined colleges where I'm recording this at. This college I'm recording this video at. There was no one here. It had to shut down. It ruined businesses. It ruined jobs. People couldn't afford to live anymore. Some people are living homeless because they ruined a lot of businesses shut down because of the pandemic. It ruined everyone, even me. I was volunteering I was working at my dream place with horses. Well, you already guys know that. I was working with horses at the time, and when the pandemic hit, it shut us down. It didn't shut the whole farm down because they had to take care of the horses during the pandemic. But when lockdown happened, if you had a horse that was boarding there, you had to go there and take care of it. So say if I owned a horse and I was boarding at that farm, I still had to go take care of it. Still had to go feed it, still had to get medicine, all that kind of stuff. That's considered a pet. These horses this place was, people will board their horses like an apartment. Basically, the barn was like an apartment to board your horse there. but that's what that place was. But we used to help out taking care of those horses at that place. Now people are freaking out about this cruise ship docking, and honestly, they have the right to freak out, because people are actually people are actually literally, they're freaking out about this. I don't blame them, because we will go for another pandemic with a virus like this, and it got me thinking, like, if we went through a second pandemic like we did with the last virus, it would be horrible. The economy's already bad right now. Speaking of, I'm going to mention the college a little bit. Even people that are literally training to do these courses in college and stuff. I mean, people can't even get a job now because the economy is so bad. It's so bad, and people are struggling out there to live. Even like the prices of rent are going up. Houses prices are going up. I don't know about this. I just watch the news. Food's going up. Prices are going up. Tickets to amusement parks are going up. Look at Disney World. People going to Disney debt because they're going to Disney World constantly, and they can't afford it. You know. And it's really sad that this is. I'm not saying I'm not trying to scare anybody, but I just like talking about things that are on my mind. But yeah, some people are worried about that when this cruise ship docks. Well, it's already docked. It's already done. They already docked the cruise ship. They're worried about when this cruise ship docks. Well, it's already docked. That the virus is going to spread. And here's the thing: it really kicks everyone in the bucket. They're already letting these people go home. Yeah, they already flew on the airplanes. They already went home. So now, I heard that one of the states in the U.S., one of them went home. You gotta think. I think there was like 200 people aboard on this cruise, and they're now sending them home. Do you think that's a good idea to dock these people and let them come home, and then risking to have another pandemic, and then the economy gets worse, and then everyone, like this college and the schools, have to go on Zoom classes to pass their degrees or whatever? Do you think that's a good idea to let these people go home on that cruise ship? Think about it. And it's this, I don't want to go for another pandemic. It sucked. I hated the pandemic. I hated the lockdown. Well, honestly, when people are on lockdown, I rode my bike. I didn't care. But I wore a mask and just rode my bike. We were allowed to go outside for activities during the pandemic, because I remember going on my bike. But the funny thing is, I think it's been 6 years or 4 years, 5 years from the pandemic. And that's crazy. It's very, very crazy how time flies. And honestly, like I said, guys, it's just, people are freaking out about this, and they have the right to freak out. I don't want to go through another pandemic. And I'm going to say this right now from the bottom of my heart. When that horse farm shut down, when that farm shut down during the pandemic, I was devastated. I was literally in bad moods. The farm was something that I loved dearly, and those horses brought joy in my life. Now that the farm is permanently closed, I mentioned my videos, you could probably hear it in my voice. I feel sad. A lot. It's been a year and a half that farm shut down. I still can't get over it. I still can't go over. Can't get that over with. People are saying, "Oh, just forget about it. Oh, just forget about it." I know, but it's like you want to go back to those fun times and memories, and you can't. You can't just survive, But I'm not trying to get emotional here. It's just when you do a job, well, either a job or a volunteer job that you really put your heart and soul in, and the place shuts down during the pandemic that time, and then you get laid off at work because you got to work from home, or they just let you go. And that's what happened during the pandemic. People were getting let off, and then it just sucks because people enjoyed loved they were doing, you know. I know that feeling. But I'm sorry to go quiet, but it's just, I don't want to go through another pandemic. It was devastating to go through another pandemic. I felt bad for those people that lost their jobs during the pandemic. And I felt bad for the college graduates and the seniors of that year of 2020. They didn't get to have a graduation. They didn't get to celebrate or nothing because they had to be on lockdown. You know? Do you want to go for that? Do you want to go for another pandemic? No. I don't want to. Hell no. Even as a millennial, I wouldn't want to. It was a hard time. Besides, people were dying too because of the disease and COVID, man. I'm sorry I mentioned the word, but oh well. But now people are saying, oh my God, let me bring this up because it's kind of funny. There was memes blowing up everywhere about this cruise ship. Everywhere. People are like, oh, just sink the boat. Sink it like the Titanic. And then they drew, one person drew a picture of the boat hitting an iceberg, and they boop, 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 and just sunk. You know what I mean? Yep, 2026. People are blowing up memes about this cruise ship. Because they just don't want another pandemic. You know? I don't blame them. I don't want another pandemic. I don't want to have to go to another college Zoom class during the pandemic. Because I was taking college classes during the pandemic, and we just did it on Zoom. And it sucked. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was nice to be home and doing it, but it sucked. You know? It did. But I'm sure these people at this college don't want to go for another pandemic. We're already in a normal human being, and people are losing their jobs left and right, you know? But I'm just making this video because, like I said, making these videos is just to help me with coping, therapy. And ever since that horse farm shut down, this is what makes me happy. All right? Me talk about the news, what's going on in life, and I want to talk about this. Because I don't want to go through another pandemic. I don't want to. I hated 2020. 2020 was the worst year ever. 2021 and 2022, it sucked. I hated it. You couldn't do anything. You couldn't go outside. You couldn't spend time with your friends. You couldn't even be social. I mean, look, this college, you can be social now. Back then, and you got to think too, when the pandemic hit, lots of things changed. Lots of things changed. Stores are doing things different. Disney World screwed over customers. Like literally, you can't even go to Disney World now because of after what happened. I'm not gonna say the word because of whatever, but you can't even go to Disney now because like we were actually considering going to Disney again, but you can't even go because it's so damn expensive, and people are going into debt just for going to Disney World. I tell all these Disney adults, if you're a Disney adult watching this, don't go to Disney. It's not worth it. It's not worth going to debt. And COVID really ruined that over, you know. Sorry, I said the word. The pandemic really ruined that over. It's not just Disney World, Universal, theme parks, Six Flags, everything. King's Dominion. But yeah, people are freaking out over this darn cruise ship docking and thinking we're going to have another pandemic. Do I think this might happen? Who knows? I mean, I made a video back in 2020 talking about how COVID might not happen. I mean, how the pandemic might not happen. Sorry I mentioned it. Oops. But, you know, we'll have to see what happens, guys. We'll have to see. I don't want another one of these. But we actually are going back to normal, but still, I don't know what's going to happen, guys. But as for this cruise ship, I hope everyone that got off board that cruise ship is okay. Just hoping they didn't get anybody else sick. Because if they did, that's going to be a really, really backfire thing, you know. But yeah. Guys, I love all you guys, but I just wanted to tell you guys I only make these videos to help me with things, but yeah. As I mentioned about Bark in the beginning of the video, please let me know if Bark, the app Bark, is good to make friends. Let me know in the comments with that. Yeah, that's it, guys. Peace. Peace out.